All right, so I showed you how to do the first archiving system, which basically creates an archive of all your folder structure that you have under your email address. All right, so what I want to show you now is a way to kind of start from scratch and create your own folder type system. You know, think of a filing cabinet that you open up a drawer and then you have all your folders in that drawer. Now, you can set it up any way you want. You know, it can be accounts, it can be areas and then accounts, multiple folders, however you want it. So let me go ahead and do that. I'm going to create a new archive. We're going to go File, Account Settings, Accounts Settings again, and then Data File. And then we're going to add a data file. All right, so this pops up default in the Outlook files, which you could do it there if you wanted to, but I had already created a directory out here on C called archives. So I'm going to use that. So here's all the ones that I have. So I'm going to take and name this, I don't know, let's say 2020 emails. I don't know, whatever you want to name it, doesn't really matter. So 2020 emails, and I'm going to hit OK. All right, so it should pop up over here, but I'm going to close this. There it is right there. So I'm going to go ahead and close 2019. So the way we did it before, we had to go in and change the name of it. But this way, when you put that name in there, it automatically changed it for you. But you can right click on it, data file properties, advanced, and then change that to whatever you want to name it. It doesn't matter. All right, so there you go. So here's 2020 emails. There's nothing in there right now. So I'm going to right click on it, create a new folder, and I'm just going to call this folder 1. Now, like I said, you name it. You create the naming convention how you want it. It could be accounts. It could be whatever. It could by names, by your boss, by whoever and however you want to do that. You create the folder system that you understand. All right, so here's your folder. I'm going to create another folder. And we're going to call it folder 2. Well, if I can spell right. Folder 2. There's folder 2. We got 1 and 2. All right, so this is going to be your archive. And so what we're going to do is we're going to come up here and we're going to click on the inbox. And I have some stuff that I was working on here. So I'm just going to, okay, so this is, let's say this is to an account. And I want to put this and archive it to where I know where it's at. I'm going to click it, drag it down, and drop it into that folder. So now this email is in my archive folder. It's archived. If you wanted to create an inbox, I'm going to go new folder and inbox. There you go. So now I have an inbox. I created my own inbox. So if I wanted to just pick through my inbox and find some stuff that I wanted to put in there, then I could. All right. We're going to put this one in there again. So I'm going to click, drag it down, and then drop it into the inbox. Boom. It's archived. It's that simple. So now it's not deleted. It's off the email server to where I can go click on this at any time and do a search and find it within this system. But here again, it's very important. It's off of the server now. That means it's only on this PC that you're working on. So you want to right click on it, data file properties, advanced, and it shows you where it's at, which we already know where it's at. It's in my archives. So that's it. Those are two simple ways to archive. There are a lot of different rules that you can set up to automatically put them in these archives, but you got to remember, if you do that, you have to back up that archive again. So what you've got to do is go to your PC, wherever your directory is, click on your archives, copy these files over to your shared directory, wherever your information is getting backed up to, which is, in our case, the share drive. So you want to drop it into your share drive, and you can name it anything you want to. You can take and copy this entire folder, archives. So now you're backed up. So now if you lose your PC, you lose your laptop, you can always go back and pull those archives back down and put them in here. So how do you do that, right? I'm glad you asked. So you go File, Accounts, Account Settings, Data File, Add. We're not going to add anything as a name. What we're going to do is we're going to find one of my files that I've already created. I just had to rebuild my computer and copy them back over, and right here, there it is. That's what I want on there. Now it's on there. It shows back up over here. Now in this situation, it wasn't named, so we need to go back in and name it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It doesn't matter. Whatever you want to name it. So there's your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 files. So here again, it's very important, if you do archive, you've got to make sure that archive PST file is backed up somewhere. If it's backed up, you're fine. One more time, if you want to remove these, right click, close 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2019, close 2019, close 2020.